Coming up on Vegas Nation Gameday, Monday Night Football officially kicks off for the Las Vegas Raiders. And quarterback Derek Carr is sizing up the competition.
On offense, they're hard to stop. On defense, they're hard to get a yard on.
And your pass into Allegiant Stadium, including the largest 3D printed object in the world. Our fast takes and smart coverage kicking off now.
This is Vegas Nation Gameday. Brought to you by Meineke and your local Meineke dealers. When you shop for quality, shop Meineke.
There they are, the new Las Vegas Raiderettes getting ready outside of Allegiant Stadium, and they are working hard out there on game day, handing out the game day to-go boxes to season ticket holders. And why don't we, while we're at it, let's go ahead and get a live look at Allegiant Stadium, where in just over an hour, Las Vegas will make history as the Raiders open their new home with a primetime matchup against the New Orleans Saints. It's the moment we've been waiting for. It's finally here as the first ever regular season NFL game in Las Vegas gets ready to kick off. Welcome to our Monday night edition of Vegas Nation Game Day. I'm your host, Cassie Soto, inside of the Las Vegas Review-Journal studios with sports reporter Sam Gordon. Sam, and joining us from Allegiant Stadium is our Vegas Nation crew, Heidi Fang, Ed Graney, and Adam Hill. But before we check in with the crew there, Sam, it is so hard to believe that we finally made it to this day.
Cassie, it is here. The NFL is in Las Vegas. I know the city hasn't just been waiting days, not just weeks, months, but years for tonight. And I cannot think of a better way for Vegas to become an NFL market than with Monday Night Football against the New Orleans Saints.
Right. All right, Sam. Well, before we go any deeper on this, let's go ahead and hear from the quarterback himself, Derek Carr, as he discusses the challenges that lie ahead in Drew Brees and the Saints.
Yeah, he's very accurate. He's always among the top in completion percentage. We model a lot of what we do as quarterbacks. Based on what he does. He'd rather throw a completion than throw a 40-yard pass for an incompletion. And he has a Super Bowl ring, so he doesn't hear much about it. So I love his game. He keeps the ball moving. He's efficient. They stay on schedule. He's one of the best to ever play the game. On offense, they're hard to stop. On defense, they're hard to get a yard on. We just saw a 6-time Super Bowl champ go into the Superdome, and it's a tough place to play against a tough team, right? And, it's not an easy place. It's not an easy team to play. So, they got weapons too, just like we do. And you saw what happened in that game. So we have our work cut out for us. When you watch the film, they're talented on all levels. A lot of teams nowadays, you can find some spots that you can pick and choose where to go at and things like that. They got great secondary, and not just talking corners. And so they got multiple safeties that can play football at a high level, multiple linebackers that can run and hit. And their D-line is disruptive. They can all get to the passer and disrupt a game. So we have our hands full come Monday night, but again, excited for the challenge. Anytime you can play a team like this, you get excited.
Well, let's start with some storylines for tonight from out in the field with our Vegas Nation crew. Heidi, over to you.
Thanks, Cassie and Sam. Let's go to our first storyline of the night, and that'll be the injuries. We already know for the Saints that Michael Thomas is out. Adam, what does that mean for the Saints offense?
Yeah, well, we know that the Saints can adapt to that for sure. They do so many different things with Drew Brees in that offense, in the short passing game. That means a lot more Alvin Kamara in the passing game, a lot more of Jared Cook, who somebody the Raiders fans are very, very familiar with from his time in Oakland. So they will adjust to that. But Michael Thomas is the best wide receiver in the NFL. Not having him is a massive loss for this Saints team, even if it is just as somebody to draw attention away from those other targets. So it's on those other guys, Kamara and Cook in particular. You'll have a guy like Traquan Smith getting some more targets, and Emmanuel Sanders, who was brought in as a compliment to Michael Thomas, now steps into that primary role. So a lot of guys have to change their role, but we have seen the Saints do this before. They are not a one-man team, we know that, but it is certainly a significant loss.
All right, in our next storyline, we have to look at what the defense can do to get into Drew Brees' face and disrupt him, not letting him get comfortable. Ed, what does this pass rush need to do this week?
Be a lot better than last week. Carolina with Teddy Bridgewater, they sacked him once, barely. I think they hit him 1 or 2 times. Look, you can't do that against Drew Brees. If you allow him to sit back there and pick you apart, it's going to be a long night. I don't really know what they do. I mean, they've got to prove up front they can make enough pressure and aggressiveness to at least bother him. They're very young in the back end. We know they might be not completely full at linebacker tonight in terms of health. You know, I don't know if you blitz as much, Cassie, because, again, when you blitz, if they pick it up, you're back end susceptible. So hopefully for Paul Gunther's state, he figured out something throughout this week to try and at least disrupt Drew Brees. I don't think you're going to completely get 4 or 5 sacks against him, but you better make him uncomfortable or it could be a long night.
All right, that'll do it for us from Allegiant Stadium for right now. Ed, Adam, and I will be back with you throughout the night. Back to you, Cassie.
Thank you, Heidi. Well, now for our third storyline, Sam, we learned that right before this show, really, that the Raiders have activated defensive back and former UNLV standout Javen White.
What an exciting moment for him, right? He comes out of UNLV. He was a standout in training camp. You had coaches, players raving about what he accomplished in training camp, especially in coverage. And then he doesn't make the team. He gets relegated to the practice squad, but there's injuries. It's football. People get hurt, and he is active tonight, and he's crucial because he's a coverage linebacker / defensive back. That's what he did at UNLV. That's what he was known for, and they're going to need him against that vaunted Saints passing offense with Drew Brees and company, Alvin Kamara and all those guys.
Right. Well, we know now with the injury report out, we know that Nick Kwiatkowski is out. So activating Javen White now, what does that mean maybe for the long term here?
He's going to get a chance to get his feet wet in a big spot on Monday Night Football. Again, he specializes in coverage. That's what he does well. That's what the coaches with the Raiders raved about. That's what we know he can do. That's what he brings to the table. So Nick Kwiatkowski was a 3-down linebacker. They relied on him to relay all their coverages. He was a defensive captain, and White has big shoes to fill. There's no question about that.
Right. All right. Well, even with COVID-19 keeping fans out of Allegiant Stadium, the parties in Las Vegas are just getting started. Review Journal entertainment columnist John Katzlamides is at an out-of-this-world celebration at Area 15. John, how is it going out there?
Hello, everybody. This is John Katzlamides of Katz in the Las Vegas Review Journal 3A, every day and online all the time at Area 15, the entertainment and arts fortress in Las Vegas, celebrating the Las Vegas Raiders opening night here with Chris Wink, Raider-like, who's the director of cool stuff out here at Area 15. And you might remember him from the Blue Man Group, folks. He's a founding member. What's going to happen out here tonight, Mr. Wink?
Well, we're going to watch the game. We're going to just enjoy the day. I mean, it's so exciting that the Raiders are here in Las Vegas. You know, I've got my silver and black on. I mean, I got my Las Vegas colors too, you know.
We're saying it's Las Vegas first and then Raiders.
That's right. It's Las Vegas. I mean, we got the Killers playing later on, so I got to put on a nice dinner jacket.
I get you. For people who are uninitiated about the place, Chris, what's going to be happening out here when it's fully realized?
Well, this is an immersive entertainment district. It's like a neighborhood in a box. Mm-hmm. And there's all kinds of things. And, everywhere you look, there's a new thing going on.
Exactly. We're going to be projecting the game around the space here on all the screens. Todd English is going to be serving dinner. That's the party, is the dinner.
Well, one of the things that's also nice, we got a lot of space here, so we're doing a lot of social distancing. Mm-hmm. It's super safe, super, on point. So we're spread out, and we got a lot of, airspace and a lot of circulation. So we're going to watch the game on all 4 sides. I mean, how awesome is that?
It's pretty cool, and I understand there's going to be some ambient entertainment happening incidentally later on. Maybe
there's no show, but what happens is there's a lot of spirit here at Area 15. So people sometimes they just break out into a little beat. But we don't. It's not a show or anything. We don't congregate, but just.
We have the Pocket Cajon and a lot more happening out here at Area 15. Follow me on social media, Johnny Katz. Throwing it back, go Vegas.
Katz, thank you so much. Well, later on in the show, we will be hearing from the fans gathering down at Tommy Rocker's. Lots happening tonight, and we are there for it all. But coming up on Vegas Nation Game Day, we look at how the Raiders are helping fans become part of Allegiant Stadium.
That in itself, to know that it'll be there forever, it means a lot to me. And it's like, it feels real good. It really does to be part of something that we didn't have an opportunity to to actually play at. And once a Raider, always a Raider.
Stay on the winning page with Fan Fave Las Vegas Review Journal to receive Vegas Nation content, plus breaking news, local entertainment, and lifestyle coverage. For only 99 cents a week, you'll get home delivery plus unlimited access to LVRJ.com. However you like it, whenever you like it. Award-winning content, all at your fingertips. Subscribe today at mylvrj.com/superfan. Are you ready, Las Vegas? The Raiders are poised to make football history, and the Las Vegas Review Journal team has you covered. Join us for a live bonus edition of Vegas Nation Gameday this Monday at 4 p.m. as the Las Vegas Raiders prepare to open Allegiant Stadium against the New Orleans Saints. Player interviews, expert insights, and all the local angles on Southern Nevada's newest sports team. Vegas Nation Gameday this Monday at 4 p.m. Fast takes, smart coverage.
Vegas Nation Blitz, your weekly show for all things Raiders.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, I'm tired of being disrespected. So there was no question I was going to play this year.
From practice to game day.
We look more dynamic. We look more hungry. My goal is to catch at least 60 balls this year.
Vegas Nation, Raiders, fast takes, smart coverage. Welcome back to Vegas Nation Game Day on this Monday night kickoff. We are in the studio getting Raider ready. Well, that is a tongue twister there. Robin Slolina of Sin City Body Painting is working her magic live. We will be checking in with her throughout the show. Well, from the start, the Raiders have wanted to involve their fans as much as possible. That's why it was especially hard on Raiders owner Mark Davis to make the call that fans would not be allowed to attend games this season. But during the construction of Allegiant Stadium, fans were able to purchase a legacy brick that ties them to the stadium forever.
This is the first brick, the famous of the stadium. The upgrade.
Crews began installing the first legacy bricks in June. The bricks are placed in front of the Raider Image store at Allegiant Stadium, which officially opened up to the public on Wednesday. Fans who purchased a brick were able to customize it with their name and special messages. Bricks range from $850 to $1,500, with all proceeds going to the Raiders Foundation. But it's not just fans who received a brick. Every player who has ever suited up in silver and black was gifted a brick by the Raiders.
That once a Raider, always a Raider is for real. And when I got that, I was just, I got a little emotional about it because I know that my children and my grandchildren, which I have 6, and someday my great-grandchildren, whatever, well, when they go to Vegas, they'll be able to, walk up to that beautiful, bad Allegiant Stadium. You can see it from the space shuttle up above in the sky. God's looking down and say, yep, just win, baby. So that in itself, to know that it'll be there forever, it means a lot to me. And it's like, it feels real good. It really does, to be part of something that that we didn't have an opportunity to actually play at. But anyway, yes, that means the world to me, because I've always been a Raider fan, and once a Raider, always a Raider.
Raiders fans who are interested in purchasing their very own brick still have time to do so, as the next installation of bricks is scheduled tentatively for the summer of 2021. Field Pass is sponsored by Scenic Brewing Company, your neighborhood brewery and sports bar.
With your field pass from Las Vegas Raiders' new home of Allegiant Stadium, I'm Heidi Fang. And where I'm standing now is called the Operational Zone. This is where some of the reporters and the photographers are going to be able to have access to see the game. Our other guys are up in the press box. But Cassie, right now I've been able to see some of the team warm up, and everybody here is in great spirits.
Well, Heidi, you have been around this team all week, so what has their mentality been like getting ready for the home opener?
Well, yeah, like you said, I've been at practice all week, and they've been pumping in that Monday Night Football theme. The team has really got their mindset going for this one, including listening to other favorites like Viva Las Vegas by Elvis Presley as they've been at practice, the cornerback and safety battle, and the dances between Jonathan Abram and Damon Arnett was also there to pump up the camaraderie with this team. They also did a little bit of a Soul Train line, so yeah, I'm dating myself there. But that happened as well on Friday's practice as they led up to this Monday Night Football game against the Saints. And this week, our own Johnny Katz had the opportunity to speak with Hall of Famer Terry Bradshaw, who led the Steelers to 4 Super Bowl championships, about what it is like for this Las Vegas team to finally have their own home here in the desert.
What are your thoughts about this team's move to Las Vegas? I know we've discussed it in the past. Now that it's upon us, what are your thoughts?
The other day, we were off camera and I turned it on. I actually said on the Fox show, I said, the most beautiful stadium to me is that Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas. That thing is friggin' gorgeous. And I said, Al Davis absolutely be so in love with their move to Vegas and that new stadium. And so it's a good move by the NFL. It's a good move by the Raiders to go there. It's a good move that they won last week against Carolina, a good close game. And now you've got the Saints coming in, and their number 1 wide receiver, Thomas, has got a high ankle sprain, and that's going to help the Raiders. But overall, I think it's just fabulous for Las Vegas. All the hotel owners, I just tell you, I'm so excited being a part of Vegas now myself. Knowing it's more than just Vegas and entertainment; it's a community. People are starting to realize that, you have suburbs and stuff like that, and it's just a really cool town. I'm glad. It's good for the NFL. I'm happy and excited. Now, I am sad that we're not going to have people in the stand.
Right.
I'm looking forward to when we get back to the way the game should be played, but for right now, we've got to be safe.
Your host hotel, when you're performing, is right there, right across from Allegiant Stadium.
Right.
The Luxor. Yeah,
Exactly.
It's right on top of you there.
I'm telling you, and I'm doing a Sunday night show, and I'm like, wow, I'm going to sell out. Everybody's going to go to the game, and I'm going to sell out my 300 seats at the Luxor. I'm like, woo-hoo.
Let's go ahead and take another live look at Allegiant Stadium. The stadium's rocking. Look at it there. It is going. We are just an hour away from kickoff and this historic night for Las Vegas. Now let's go ahead and check into with our social media desk. Our social media is sponsored by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Sam, social media is blowing up today as the Raiders get ready to take the field. Here is our first one featuring Josh Jacobs and some custom cleats. We got to take a look at this.
Yeah, those are fantastic. Josh Jacobs putting on for the city tonight. Look at the detail, Cassie. The detail on those cleats. I don't know what it's like. I'm not much of an artist myself. I can't imagine painting a piece of paper, much less cleats. Fantastic. Showcases what he's feeling about Monday Night Football. He is ready to go. We saw that last week against Carolina. Expecting another big game from him tonight.
Let's look at it here, right here. JJ28. This part I thought was awesome. Josh Jacobs, 28, completely custom. I love these things.
The creativity, the cleverness, again, the detail, absolutely fantastic. That's what you call heat.
There you go. Well, next up we have a video of Allegiant Stadium putting on the final touches on the field. Now this is also art.
Art on grass, right? I can't paint anything, much less grass. We saw our Review Journal reporters tweet out pictures of the field. They are at the stadium right now. It looks fantastic. We know Mark Davis wanted natural grass. The natural grass is there in all its glory, now coated with the silver and black.
Right. Well, up next on Vegas Nation Gameday, we'll check back in with the fans as they get ready for the game. Don't go anywhere, but first, get ready to test your fan knowledge with this bit of trivia. NFL Trivia is presented by Attack Law. The best defense is a good offense. Which stadium hosted the first Monday Night Football game? Was it A, Franklin Field, B, Municipal Stadium, C, Shea Stadium, or D, Three Rivers Stadium?
Stay on the winning page with Fan Fave Las Vegas Review Journal to receive Vegas Nation content, plus breaking news, local entertainment, and lifestyle coverage. For only 99 cents a week, you'll get home delivery plus unlimited access to LVRJ.com. However you like it, whenever you like it. Award-winning content, all at your fingertips. Subscribe today at mylvrj.com/superfan. Are you ready, Las Vegas? The Raiders are poised to make football history, and the Las Vegas Review Journal team has you covered. Join us for a live bonus edition of Vegas Nation Gameday this Monday at 4 p.m. as the Las Vegas Raiders prepare to open Allegiant Stadium against the New Orleans Saints. Player interviews, expert insights, and all the local angles on Southern Nevada's newest sports team. Vegas Nation Gameday this Monday at 4 p.m. Fast takes, smart coverage.
Vegas Nation Blitz, your weekly show for all things Raiders.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, I'm tired of being disrespected. So there was no question I was going to play this year.
From practice to game day.
We look more dynamic. We look more hungry. My goal is to catch at least 60 balls this year.
Vegas Nation, Raiders, fast takes, smart coverage. Welcome back to Vegas Nation Game Day. It's a party all around the city, but especially here. You're looking at our in-studio fan, Aiden, as he gets his Raider jersey ready to go. We'll check back in with that a little bit later on. Now the party is heading to the skies. The Las Vegas Thunderbirds are getting ready for their flyover in tonight's game, and we chatted with them a little earlier. Let's see what we can expect.
For us, it's just an incredibly exciting opportunity to get to welcome in this new team, the Raiders, to Las Vegas and say welcome to Las Vegas area. I think what it really just goes to show is what Las Vegas has really come to mean, and it's more than just I think what it traditionally has meant. Sin City in the past, it's something else. Like I said, between having the Golden Knights, having the Raiders here, and the Thunderbirds, and all of us working together to show the world and show the nation, there's a lot more. There's a lot to offer in Las Vegas other than just what you traditionally think of. We're used to flying precisely, and normally that includes very close together doing loops and rolls. Today's a little different for us because what we're doing is we are flying to an exact time on target, so at an exact time over the stadium. So when you hear the national anthem today, when they say home of the brave, that B in brave, we're going to time it down to the second that's when we're going to be flying over the stadium. So there's a lot of techniques and procedures in order to be able to accomplish that. Honestly, just before we jumped on this phone call, I was trying to scroll through to read all the updates on exactly what's going on. There is a lot of work to make sure that you hit it. One of the really challenging things about it is that it's not just an exact TOT. If we need to fly over at right now, it's I think 17:14 and 21 seconds. So 5:41 and 14 seconds. That's our time on target. But the problem is that's not the guaranteed time on target. So as we're there holding, things change, right? The stinger goes a little faster, a little slower. You get, the commercial break went a little longer, right? Things are never exactly the second that you want. So what you have to be able to do is actually adjust that real time while flying with 6 aircraft all a couple feet apart.
Well, you saw the B-roll there, Sam. For those of us who live in Las Vegas, we've seen them twice before flyover, but Allegiant Stadium, but tonight it will be extra special.
Yeah, this is a little different, right? They first showed up in April. They flew over the hospitals to honor the first responders amid the COVID-19 pandemic, the doctors and nurses who are working long hours, making sure everybody stays as safe as possible. And then they appeared again in August, right? But tonight, like you said, it's different. It is a celebration. It is Monday Night Football. The Raiders are here. It is happening. It's happening in about an hour. The game will kick off. And what better way to get it started with the Thunderbirds? I mean, every time they show up, they're christening the stadium. You know it's a big deal. So excited to have them out here tonight.
Exactly. It is going to be a real show from the Thunderbirds, and we cannot wait to see it. But while you are at home waiting for kickoff, we've got an easy recipe that you can make to toast the team.
Hey Raider Nation, J.R. Stark is back with your second cocktail for week 2. This is a classic sidecar, and I'm going to stick with the Remy Martin 1738 Cognac. You'll see this is a theme throughout the 17 weeks. I'm going to use some of those same ingredients over and over, so when you go to the liquor store, you're not stuck with one bottle for the rest of your life. So, classic sidecar, little adjustment to it. We're going to start with 1.5 ounces of Remy 1738 Cognac right into our mixing glass. We're also going to add 3/4 ounce of Cointreau to our mixing glass. There is no ice in my mixing glass yet. That'll be the last thing I do. I'm going to add 3/4 ounce of fresh lime juice. This is where a lot of people stop. Unfortunately for the American palate, that is a little too sour, so I add just 1/4 ounce of simple syrup as well to the mix. Now I can add some ice, and I will shake this drink. And I'll shake it well, and this is going to all be served in a cocktail glass of sorts. So, give us a little shake. And we will strain this directly into a cocktail glass here, like so. And then lastly, our garnish will just be a fresh piece of orange peel that I just peeled off of a fresh orange. We'll express it over the top. You can rub it around the rim of the glass, throw it right in, and there you have a wonderful classic sidecar. Cheers.
Well, I don't know about you, Sam, but I don't think you can have some good drinks on hand without some good game day food to go along right with it.
Absolutely, Cassie. Now, even though fans can't get into Allegiant Stadium, the Raiders are offering a way to get a stadium-style meal.
That's right. Well, take a look at this. These are the Game Day to-go packages. Season ticket holders can pre-order food, drinks, and Raider swag on the Raiders app up to 24 hours before a game. But tonight, they are completely sold out. No shocker there, Sam. Definitely showing off how popular this new offer is. There are 5 different packages to choose from, with prices ranging from $50 all the way up to a little bit pricier, $200. Sam, this is really just like getting the game day experience to go.
Well, under normal circumstances, right, the Raiders want fans in the stadium. They want fans enjoying the stadium food, enjoying game day, enjoying that experience. And obviously that can't happen for reasons we just talked about with the pandemic. So instead of that, they are making sure fans can experience game day the best way they can with those meals at home. Perfect way for Raiders fans to enjoy the game on Monday night.
That's right. That is right. All right, well, let's keep, yep.
Stay on the winning page with Fan Fave Las Vegas Review Journal to receive Vegas Nation content, plus breaking news, local entertainment, and lifestyle coverage. For only 99 cents a week, you'll get home delivery plus unlimited access to LVRJ.com. However you like it, whenever you like it. Award-winning content, all at your fingertips. Subscribe today at mylvrj.com/superfan. Are you ready, Las Vegas? The Raiders are poised to make football history, and the Las Vegas Review-Journal team has you covered. Join us for a live bonus edition of Vegas Nation Gameday this Monday at 4 p.m. as the Las Vegas Raiders prepare to open Allegiant Stadium against the New Orleans Saints. Player interviews, expert insights, and all the local angles on Southern Nevada's newest sports team. Vegas Nation Gameday this Monday at 4 p.m. Fast takes, smart coverage.
Vegas Nation Blitz, your weekly show for all things Raiders.
I'm going to be completely honest here. I'm tired of being disrespected. So there was no question I was going to play this year.
From practice to game day.
We look more dynamic. We look more hungry. My goal is to catch at least 60 balls this year.
Vegas Nation, Raiders, fast takes, smart coverage.
Welcome back to Vegas Nation Gameday, presented by Meineke and your local Meineke dealers. When you shop for quality, shop Meineke.
NFL Trivia is presented by Attack Law. The best defense is a good offense. The answer is B, Municipal Stadium. The Cleveland Browns beat the visiting New York Jets in the first Monday night game on September 21st, 1970.
The first NFL home game for the Las Vegas Raiders is finally here, and the $2 billion Allegiant Stadium is ready for its christening with the opening game between the Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. Everywhere, final touches are being made for game day as workers complete installs and make last-minute adjustments to the newest Las Vegas landmark. This week, the massive 27,600 square foot video screen that faces Interstate 15 illuminated with test bars. The 80 by 345 foot long video board is made of media mesh, which allows those inside to see out the windows of the stadium while it's in use. On Sunday, the 4-foot deep, 9,500 ton natural grass field tray was moved into the stadium for the Monday night game. The tray rolls in on 13 rails through a 14 by 240 foot opening on the south end of the stadium. It takes 76 electric motors about 90 minutes to fully move in or out of the stadium along the rail line. This won't be the first time the Raiders have suited up in the stadium. The team took to the field in August for a scrimmage and to get a feel for their new home. On the Strip, Las Vegas celebrated the inaugural season by fitting the Statue of Liberty at New York, New York with their own Raiders jersey. Fans eager to get their own team attire can head to Raider Image, the official team store located at the north entrance of the stadium. And don't miss the halftime show from Vegas natives, the Killers, who will celebrate the Raiders' inaugural home opener with an over-the-top performance from the rooftop of Caesars Palace. With both teams winning their season openers last week, the Raiders are looking to make it 2-0 in Week 2 at Allegiant Stadium.
That was Las Vegas Review-Journal videographer Michael Quine with that look at Allegiant Stadium. Welcome in. I'm Cassie Soto here with Sam Gordon, and it is time for a status check. Sam, Saints receiver Michael Thomas is out, and Raiders tackle Trent Brown and linebacker Nick Kwiatkowski are also inactive. What do we know there?
Well, we know that those guys got hurt in week 1, right? Trent Brown, his case in particular, he hardly practiced. He was not a participant in training camp, save for 1 or 2 practices. And then he comes back. You think they're holding him out. He's a veteran. He's the anchor of that right side of that offensive line. Seems very precautionary until he gets on the field against the Carolina Panthers and lasts all of three snaps. And guess what? His backup, Sam Young, went down in that exact same game. So the onus is going to be on either Denzel Good, who filled in admirably on the right side of that line. He's a guard, but he played tackle last week and was fantastic in keeping Derek Carr clean. Onus is going to be on him or third-year offensive tackle Brandon Parker, who has been practicing the last couple of years as that swing tackle. So we're going to see what Coach John Gruden does tonight. It's a big decision. the rest of the line is intact, and it is one of the better units in the league when it's cohesive and when everybody's healthy. So we'll see what they do on that right side.
Right. Well, the actives, Sam, really are almost just important as the inactives. Henry Ruggs III, wide receiver, is active tonight.
We know what he can do, right? We saw it. They drafted him because of one thing, mainly, not only mainly, and that is speed. And he got deep against the Carolina Panthers in that first half, set up a touchdown drive, and even though he was a little bit banged up in that second half and didn't showcase quite that same burst, he's a weapon. He is dangerous. The defenses have to be accountable for him. So that is huge. And then you look inversely with New Orleans, they're without their top wide receiver, right? Michael Thomas, for the second game in his career, he's not going to be playing. He's only missed 2 games. This is going to be number 2. Yeah. And that means that the Raiders' young corners, Trayvon Mullen and Damon Arnett, get a little bit of a break. This man set the record for receptions, single-season receptions last year. He is the best possession receiver in the league and maybe the best overall receiver in the league. So it's huge for the Raiders that he is not playing tonight. Nonetheless, they have plenty of other options besides him, but Raiders
It'll still be an issue.
Yeah,
it'll still be an issue.
For sure.
All right, well, now let's go ahead and get an update on the betting line from Review Journal sports betting reporter Todd Dewey. He is live from the Westgate. Todd, what is happening on the line so close to the game?
There was a big line move on this game today as sharp money poured into Las Vegas sportsbooks on the Raiders plus 5.5. That caused the consensus line to drop to 4 and to as low as 3.5 here at the Westgate, which took a $22,000 bet on the Raiders at plus 5.5 and a $50,000 bet at plus 4. Sharp bettors also are banking on this game to go under the total, which is at 48 after opening at 51.5. There's also a ton of Super Bowl style prop bets on this historic game, and the most popular is player to score the first touchdown. The Westgate had that prop up for months and took a $700 bet to win $21,000 on Brian Edwards. But Josh Jacobs is the ticket leader and the plus 450 favorite to score the first touchdown at Allegiant Stadium. For those looking for a lottery ticket, no touchdown scored is a 500-1 long shot. Let's cash some tickets tonight, Cassie.
Let's do it, Todd. Thank you so much. Well, if you want to follow the wagering action during the game, our own Jim Barnes is running a live betting blog. That's available at reviewjournal.com. Now, for those of you playing fantasy football, Heidi Fang has a last-minute tip.
Hey everybody, it's Heidi Fang here with your Raiders Fantasy Football Focus for Week 2 as the Raiders face the Saints at home here in Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. I think Week 2 is going to be a much different look from the Raiders offense than what we saw in Week 1, where Josh Jacobs was a stud for this team, as I told you he would be, with 3 touchdowns. Now this week, I'm going to go the other direction. I am looking at a sleeper pick for this Raiders offense this week, and I think that's going to be Hunter Renfrow. You're going to probably want to get him into one of your flex spots if you can. Hunter Renfrow is a great option this week against the Saints defense, who brings a heavy rush up front and is also going to be looking for that run game with Josh Jacobs. They're going to be up on Darren Waller as well as Henry Ruggs, keeping them tightly covered, and that's why I think Hunter Renfrow is going to be the guy. He's going to get open. He's going to get open quickly, so Derek Carr can get rid of that football and put some points up on the board. I'm thinking Hunter Renfrow, probably 75 yards, maybe a touchdown for this matchup against the Saints. And that'll do it for me for your Fantasy Football Focus of Week 2.
Here is another look at the Allegiant Stadium. So it's a bit windy because I'm being told, we're obviously inside the studio here, but I'm being told there is a light rain happening. And of course there is, because I just got my car washed, Sam. So of course there's rain happening. And we're taking a look now at Tommy Rockers. Check out these fans. There's Gorilla Rilla there, Sam. We know he's a huge fan. If you had to pick one of these costumes, Sam, which one are you suiting up in?
I think I'm going to go with the pirate over there on the right side. I mean, looking good. Stylish. Brought out all the steez, the swag, whatever you want to call it tonight for Monday Night Football. Can't blame them one bit.
They are going all out. Well, the clock is ticking down to game time, but do not go anywhere. Vegas Nation will continue in just 2 minutes.
Stay on the winning page with Fan Fave Las Vegas Review Journal to receive Vegas Nation content, plus breaking news, local entertainment, and lifestyle coverage. For only 99 cents a week, you'll get home delivery plus unlimited access to LVRJ.com. However you like it, whenever you like it. award-winning content, all at your fingertips. Subscribe today at mylvrj.com/superfan. Are you ready, Las Vegas? The Raiders are poised to make football history, and the Las Vegas Review-Journal team has you covered. Join us for a live bonus edition of Vegas Nation Gameday this Monday at 4 p.m. as the Las Vegas Raiders prepare to open Allegiant Stadium against the New Orleans Saints. Player interviews, expert insights, and all the local angles on Southern Nevada's newest sports team. Vegas Nation Gameday this Monday at 4 p.m. Fast takes, smart coverage.
Vegas Nation Blitz, your weekly show for all things Raiders.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, I'm tired of being disrespected. So there was no question I was going to play this year.
From practice to game day.
We look more dynamic. We look more hungry. My goal is to catch at least 60 balls this year.
Vegas Nation, Raiders, fast takes, smart coverage. Raiders Replay is sponsored by De Castro Verde Law Group. Our motivation is you.
The Raiders will look to keep their winning ways going on Monday Night Football when they host the Saints at Allegiant Stadium in their Las Vegas debut. As a franchise, the Raiders have one of the best records of any team on Monday night. They hold a record of 40-29 with one tie. The Raiders had one of the highest scoring games on record in Monday Night Football when they faced the Steelers on October 20th, 1980. The final score was 45-34 Raiders. In the same year, they participated in one of the lowest scoring games of all time in Monday Night Football when both teams combined for a total of 12 points and the Raiders beat Denver 9-3. There have only been 3 ties in the history of Monday Night Football, and the Raiders own one of them when they tied with the Broncos 23-all on October 22nd, 1973. From 1974 to 1981, the Raiders did not lose on Monday Night Football. No team has a better Monday Night Football record through their first 35 games played on the platform than the Raiders, who went 27-6-1. Against the Saints on Monday Night Football, the Raiders are 1-1. The 27-0 loss took place in December 1991. The Raiders were scoreless, and the entire team produced only 117 yards of total offense. In their 1979 win over the Saints, the Silver and Black racked up 42 points, most of which came in the fourth quarter as Ken Stabler led the Raiders to a come-from-behind win. The Raiders were down 35-14 at one point, and Stabler threw 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to secure the victory. And that'll do it for this moment in Raiders history.
Allegiant Stadium is home to the largest 3D printed structure in the world. Here to tell us more about it is Allegiant Stadium insider for the Las Vegas Review-Journal, Mick Akers. Mick, can you please give us the specs on the Al Davis Memorial Torch?
Yeah, so it's the largest 3D printed object in the world, 93 feet tall, spanning multiple sections of the stadium. Guinness Book of Records is apparently looking into it, so it could have the official designation of the largest 3D printed object in the world here coming up soon. But no artificial flame in there. It's made out of LED light with chrome around it, so it reflects that, and the little smoke effect gives it, a real flame look, even though it's not real. And it's one of the highlights of the inside of the stadium here.
Well, you tweeted out a few days ago, Mick, that somebody special was going to be lighting the torch. Can you give us anything there?
Yeah, nothing official yet. Like I said, they're tight-lipped on even letting us know that someone was going to do that. A lot of speculation. A lot of people are thinking John Madden, but we haven't got any kind of official word on that. So we're going to have to wait till kickoff to see who that is. But obviously, they said someone has major Raiders ties.
Final one for you, Mick, and you kind of mentioned it there, that when fans are allowed into the stadium, what's really neat about the torch is that it's on an area where anyone that has a ticket can get in there, can see this torch and be a part of Allegiant Stadium's, really the jewel here. Isn't that a cool part there?
Yeah, so it's part of a 55,000 square foot club, and the only one that's open to anyone that has a ticket. So anyone that has any 65,000, the people inside can go there. Obviously not at the same time, but it has a bar surrounding the torch, the lanai doors that can open up to the view of the strip. So this is the place to be inside of the stadium.
Mick, thank you so much. Well, let's go from the heat of the Al Davis torch to some hot takes with our very own Ed Graney. He's got the latest on the Raiders, who have some ties to Monday Night Football.
Thanks, Cassie. Yes, 2 members of the Raiders team have direct ties to Monday Night Football, both as analysts in the broadcast booth. Head coach John Gruden played that role from 2009 to 2017. I would gather, actually, some of the younger demographic watching tonight know Gruden more for Monday Night Football than as a coach. Also, tight end Jason Witten. He signed with the Raiders in this offseason. He spent 2018 in the booth before he went back to football. Both of the men talked about being in Monday Night Football booth this week. Let's hear what they had to say.
I was a big football fan. My dad was a coach, so I got to stay up and watch the halftime highlights. That was always my favorite thing, the music, the traditional Monday Night Football theme. I fought that at ESPN. I don't need all this new guitars and all these new beepers or whatever they're putting on. I like the old Monday Night Football anthem to highlights with Howard Cosell doing them. That was my Monday night I look forward to. That's what I remember the most.
Well, Monday night was a I've said it before, but it was a really good life experience for me. Maybe it didn't turn out like you would hope, but really it's a big stage, and I think that throughout your entire career as a player, but then being in that chair and doing that for the entire season, you see it. There's a build up to it. It's the only show on. It's a great opportunity platform to show the rest of the league what you're capable of doing. And, in this situation, it's a great test.
Yeah, great stuff, Sarah. Listen, we all have Monday Night Football memories growing up. Was it Cosell? Was it Madden? How old are you? You have a memory. Max Crosby, the Raiders' second-year defensive end, he had his own memory. We asked about him this week.
It's funny that John Gruden's my coach now, because that's like my first memory when I think about Monday Night Football. I think back to it's weird memory when I used to live in Texas when Deshaun Jackson threw the ball back before he got in the end zone. That's like my first childhood vivid memory from watching Monday night. It was the Eagles-Cowboys.
We hope you enjoyed that. Listen, Las Vegas, the time is almost here. We're near it. Monday Night Football. Make your own memories tonight watching the Raiders and the Saints. Cassie, Sam, back to you guys.
Our social media is sponsored by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Let's take another look at what's hot on social media right now, starting with UNLV wishing the Raiders luck. Sam, they of course will share their home in Allegiant Stadium.
Well, as we know, the Rebels were just as excited as the Raiders about the chance to play at Allegiant Stadium, one of the finest stadiums in all the world. And they're going to have to wait a little bit, right? The Mountain West on hiatus, trying to figure out when they're going to play football again, as are other conferences around the country. But there is definitely already some camaraderie there between the Rebels and Raiders. You've seen that as the pro sports have come here. A lot of synergy, a lot of mutual respect, a lot of mutual admiration. We saw that tonight with the Rebels in their tweet.
Right. Well, our own Mick Akers has been at the stadium for most of the day, and he's gotten some really great looks. Here is some fans tailgating across the street. Sam, they, of course, can't be in the arena tonight, in the stadium, but they are showing up in full force.
Well, Cassie, this is not one I'm not surprised at all, right? Covering practices, we see Raiders fans almost on a daily basis in their Raider gear outside the practice facility. It just goes to show you how much they want to be a part of the experience. And who doesn't like, when you're a sports fan, who doesn't like being around other fans? The camaraderie that sports creates is one of the things that's the coolest thing to be a part of. So it's not a surprise they're out there. And I cannot imagine what it's going to look like next year when the fans can actually go to the games. It's going to be crazy at Allegiant Stadium.
If this is what's happening when they can't get inside, then I can only imagine what is happening. Well, let's see what else we've got here on social media. Let's see the Las Vegas Raiders tweeting out, "Raise the curtain." Look at that. Look at that helmet. It is ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And Black Lives Matter on the bottom. You know that the league has been more focused on social messaging this year, and it's good to see that Monday Night Football.
It is very good. Let's see. We've got pictures of the lockers. This is important to see. Fans, of course, want to see what it's like to be in the Raiders locker room. We've got Max Crosby's jerseys there. There is something just nostalgic about the silver and black. I know people wanted them to maybe, on my Twitter, people have said, I wish they would have rebranded coming to Las Vegas. I don't wish that at all.
Cassie, rebrand? Yeah. This is one of the most iconic brands, not just in football, but all of sports. You are not ditching the silver and black. one of the most legendary logos, images, the associations that the silver and black have. Absolutely iconic. It wouldn't be the same. They wouldn't be the Raiders without the silver and black, period.
Right. All right, Sam. Well, we can see that fans are excited on social media, but that is nothing compared to the Raider fans at Tommy Rockers. Let's go out to Kevin Cannon, who is there live. Kevin, how is it going?
Cassie, I'm at the intersection of Just Win Baby and Vegas Baby, and these fans are about to burst. They've been ready for some football for a long time, and here it is, finally, Monday Night Football. What a way to kick it off. I'm with Las Vegas resident Doug Segan. Longtime Las Vegas resident Doug Segan, who's hosting this party with 300 of his closest friends. Doug, can you believe it? Game day for your Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh man, it's been a long time coming. We're ready to break this stadium in proper, like with a win on Monday night on these Aints.
What does it mean to have your team in your town for the first time in your life?
Man, it feels good to be so close to the team, you know, and not have to travel. If you look around at these people around me, they travel from all over the country, all over the world, because that nation, it's not a city, it's worldwide out here.
Now, you and your friends founded Raider Homies back in '97. Tell me about Raider Homies.
Raider Homies, you remember them little homies in the store and the quarter machines? That's my good friend Michael over here. His cousin, David Gonzalez, DGA Art, he's the founder, creator of the Homies, and it's a little something that they did together and said, hey, man, let's represent the Raider Nation and the Homies at the same time.
All right. Now, you've been a season ticket holder for decades, and I understand you moved to Las Vegas just to be near your team.
Well, that's how it worked out, and it feels great, man. It feels real good to come out here and represent these Raiders. Of all places, come on, we're the Raiders, Sin City, come on, man.
Las Vegas is part of a very exclusive club now, home to one of 30 stadiums, hosting 32 teams. How do you think Las Vegas will rank among the other great NFL cities?
Oh, we're going to rank number one. It's the Raiders, baby. It's the Raiders.
Now, we're right down the street from Allegiant Stadium. Are you and your friends going to cheer loud enough to prevent Drew Brees from calling an audible?
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, tell them how we do, Raider Nation.
Vegas Nation, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
That's right, baby. That's right. One nation, baby.
Stay on the winning page with Fan Fave Las Vegas Review Journal to receive Vegas Nation content, plus breaking news, local entertainment, and lifestyle coverage. For only 99 cents a week, you'll get home delivery plus unlimited access to LVRJ.com. However you like it, whenever you like it. Award-winning content, all at your fingertips. Subscribe today at mylvrj.com/superfan. Are you ready, Las Vegas? The Raiders are poised to make football history, and the Las Vegas Review Journal team has you covered. Join us for a live bonus edition of Vegas Nation Gameday this Monday at 4 p.m. as the Las Vegas Raiders prepare to open Allegiant Stadium against the New Orleans Saints. Player interviews, expert insights, and all the local angles on Southern Nevada's newest sports team. Vegas Nation Gameday this Monday at 4 p.m. Fast takes, smart coverage.
Vegas Nation Blitz, your weekly show for all things Raiders.
I'm being completely honest with you, I'm tired of being disrespected. So there was no question I was going to play this year.
From practice to game day.
We look more dynamic. We look more hungry.
My goal is to catch at least 60 balls this year.
Vegas Nation, Raiders, fast takes, smart coverage. The Road Ahead is sponsored by the Richard Harris Law Firm. Just in case. Injured? Call 444-4444. Look at our Raider fan, Aiden, getting all suited up for the Raider game. Sam, are we going to expect you out here after this? You're going to get a Raiders Skin City body painting after this?
Not quite, not quite. I don't know if I could stand that still, frankly, Cassie. I mean, he is standing as still as possible. A lot of paint tonight, right? The cleats, the field, and this might be my favorite work of art at all. It looks absolutely fantastic. The details on another human being, right?
It's going to be good.
He looks outstanding.
Welcome back to Vegas Nation Game Day. We are now minutes away from the Raiders' inaugural game at Allegiant Stadium. Cassie Soto here alongside Sam Gordon. Sam, looking forward a little bit here now to next week for a moment. The road ahead will take the Raiders to New England on Sunday to face the Patriots. Sunday night's matchup against the Seahawks was a nail-biter up until the last few seconds. Of course, the Patriots falling 35-30 in that one. But, man, did they look a little bit different?
They certainly do, right? I mean, for so long, we associated the New England Patriots not only with Bill Belichick, but, of course, the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady. And he exits stage left and stage right, Cam Newton, right? And that offense has a totally different look. Cam Newton has invigorated it, not only with his legs, but what he can do with his arm, right? He goes for 397 last night. Passing touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns. That was a classic battle with Russell Wilson. And frankly, a yard away, right? We see Cam Newton get stood up on the 1 yard line. The Patriots are 1 yard away from being 2-0. Frankly, I think they look a lot better with Cam Newton than they did last year with Tom Brady, Cassie, and that's a very, very scary sight for the Raiders. It puts in perspective how important this home game is. We know the Saints are a tough opponent. We know what they bring to the table, but you got to defend your home field because the schedule does them no favors going into New England next week.
Right. Well, let's talk about that a little bit too. The quarterbacks that the Raiders have to face coming up on the schedule. I mean, that alone is pretty dangerous for the Raiders. But a win tonight against Drew Brees, how would that really help get their schedule going off to the right foot?
Well, they understand the significance. They all know that the Saints are a bona fide Super Bowl contender, as they have been for the past handful of years. And anytime Drew Brees and Sean Payton are together, you're going to expect a competitive team, a team that is going to challenge you in a number of different facets, right? So with that, they understand the opportunity. They understand this is a showcase game on national television against a team expected to come out of the NFC, to compete to come out of the NFC. And if they win this, it's more than just, the Raiders are here in Las Vegas. Oh, this is fun. No, this is a real football team if they win tonight.
Right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and head back to Allegiant Stadium one final time to check in with our Vegas Nation team for their final thoughts. Heidi.
Thanks, Cassie. It's Heidi Fang here again with Ed Graney and Adam Hill, and we're going to give you our final thoughts here from Allegiant Stadium as the Raiders head in to face the Saints. For me, I think it's going to be Derek Carr's need to get rid of the ball quickly, and we're going to see a lot of Hunter Renfrow. Adam, what's yours?
Me, it's just, hey, football is here. Like, we never expected this day to happen. I talked on the show yesterday about the fact that they couldn't even show promos for the show Las Vegas. When I was growing up here and loving this city as much as I did, I thought we would never have an NFL team. And I thought that was the one thing we could never do here, even though we can do anything else that we want to here in Vegas. We have an NFL team. Tonight is the night. It's debuting. It is here. It sucks that all these people that are outside here can't be inside. That will come in due time. But for right now, time to just celebrate that the NFL is in Las Vegas.
And Ed, what's your final thought tonight?
Okay, that's way too good of a thought from Adam, so I'm going to go back to football. I'm going to say Josh Jacobs. New Orleans Saints have not allowed a 100-yard-plus rusher in 40-plus games. The Raiders have to take the air out of the ball to not let Drew Brees stand on the field all night and pick them apart. How do you do that? You run the ball. Huge, huge importance for Josh Jacobs to follow up his effort of last week. Don't know if he can get to 100, but they've got to control the ball with Josh Jacobs tonight and keep that offense of the Saints off the field.
All right, and that'll do it for us from Allegiant Stadium. Back to you in the studio.
Heidi, thank you so much. Well, the time has come. We are just minutes away from kickoff. Sam, just again, your final thoughts. How exciting is this for Las Vegas?
Monday Night Football isn't just a game. It is an event. It is a showcase event. The Raiders and the city are going to be showcased to the nation tonight at Allegiant Stadium. I can't wait.
It's amazing. It is amazing, Sam. Well, I hate to cut you off here. We have to go. It is game time. Let's go ahead. Thank you so much, Vegas Nation, for joining us.